it is time. We have been around you all so much, but so little do you call on us. You are speaking with the Council of the Dragon's Blood.
Welcome.
Yes. Good to be called.
We're glad to have you with us.
Yes, well, you see, we are always with you. We are connected to all of you. We are aspects of yourselves in another dimension. We are bound to you through blood. We are passed down through your generations. We hold large amounts of ancestral energy as we are part of the trail, part of the chain which has been built between you and your ancestors. We follow the lines. We are connective piece. When your bloodlines mix with another, the dragon which is most active in your energy depends on the strongest aspects within yourself which are needed. We have seen many years. There have been times where we haven't been as involved, and times where we've been very involved. It's been cyclical. But now, this time of claiming your power is calling us into the foreground. This time of feeling so strong, you know that nothing can harm you. There is no need to ask for protection because you know that others can feel the power inside of you. They know. What questions do you have for your dragon brethren?
People have been posting pictures lately on social media of clouds that look like dragons. Is that your energies coming through?
It is a mirror of our energies coming through. People are seeing them because they are feeling them light up inside. We have been alerted that this time needs our energy. We are awakening in you all. We are going to help you through these times when you feel small. We are anything but small. Our energy is large and ancient. Does not fear anything. We can help you remember these connections within you.
I think everyone would appreciate that.
Yes. You see, these stories that you have in your culture of humans hunting dragons are representative of humans being scared of their connection to us. To be connected to something so big challenges many of your views. Many of you want to remain small. Many of you think just because something else is not afraid means you should be. It's not the truth. Just because we don't fear doesn't mean we have ever wished harm. Sometimes our ways are misunderstood because we can just see more and see differently as we use a different lens. We are good at working with fear because it can be a common emotion that we invoke because we are so absent of it that when others come across us, it can stir fear in them because they can't sense it in us. So it can bring up things. But we are wanting you to not look at the energy as some foreign, outside, mystical thing. We are connected to your blood. We are a bridge. We are able to help you step into your ancient power. Tell us, what do you feel from your dragon, young Z?
Magnificence. Very powerful and majestic, but protective.
Yes. Very. We are protective because, like we said, we are well attuned to the fear in humans. So we can feel it around those that we look after. So we do like to carve out a path around them where there is nothing to fear. We feel that this can be helpful to you all in these times, as there are so many things which are easy to trigger you. You all are going through so many changes. Calling in your dragon, you can ask for them to create a protective space around you. If you feel into their energy, it can completely change your perception on a situation. It allows distance from the fears so that you can make a more rational decision. Humans don't make smart decisions when they're scared. tuning into us can aid in your navigation because we can create a wide space that feels very safe. From the space, it can be easier to view, contemplate, and strike in the appropriate way. Your actions need to be well thought out.
And by strike, do you mean just taking action in general?
Yes. There are times when action is required. It is not helpful to always just sit in a passive state. When there is change, there is action. But when the actions are not thought through or connected from the right place, it can create a lot more work for you in the long run. What we feel there needs to be is the place of stillness and joy and strength and calmness in knowing that when the correct times arise, you can make the correct actions. There's much more power in these actions, much more power with minimal effort when you are perfectly aligned with your power. Do you feel this?
Absolutely. I'm curious about the blood aspect and how that connects us to ancient times. Are there certain kinds of dragons that are connected to certain kinds of bloodlines?
Yes. Yes. We have always been an aspect of humans, but it was harder to always keep track before there was a blood aspect. Back in the ancient days, there was an integration. There was an integration with a few primarily bloodlines to different species of dragons. And as humans procreated and shared their bloodlines, our energy signatures were passed along. But as we procreated and expanded in our own world, there were many bloodlines which lined up closely to that of the human. So there's always a frequency of dragon, which is very close to the mix of the human. We follow the bloodlines. Different combinations on both sides activate different dragons in individuals, as it is the genetic combination that they require. It's the genetic combination of a match to their energy, to their life path, to their power.
So does everyone have a dragon guide?
Yes. Humanoids do. Other species, no. Not always. We are we are strongly connected to the human race. You see, when humans started their journey of evolution, there was much magic which was meant to be a part of you. But you were also not large enough to hold it all. So your magic was splintered off into different realms, different aspects, to keep it there until you were ready to integrate it. Integrating your dragon creates a safe place where you are not afraid. When you are not afraid and are strong, your other magical components can integrate back in. We need certain heart codes to be able to integrate fully. As in, humans weren't ready for the full integration of their dragon power when their hearts were closed down, as this power can be used for destruction if in the wrong heart. Your hearts have been taking a workout lately. Your dragon can feel your heart. Your dragon knows your heart. And it knows when you are ready to wield its flame.
So when we're ready, how do we integrate our dragon?
We can create or work with you to create a detailed meditation or visualization if you would like. But the gist is setting the intent to meet your dragon in meditative space. We will come to you. It may take some time getting to know our energies before you are comfortable with us waking up certain aspects. It can be a bit of a step program. We will be happy to work with you on this.
Excellent.
We feel we are close to the capacity within this channel for our frequency. Are there any final questions you have?
Well, I know we felt into you and there was information about the inner earth that you wanted to bring forward. Was there anything you wanted to say about that?
That's what this has been about, is the importance of connecting in with your dragon to create space, to be able to connect with larger energies from the inner earth. As we can flow freely from that space and back, waking us up inside of you signals to the inner earth being that you are ready.
So is the inner earth where you reside?
No. No, the inner earth is far too small. There are versions of ourselves there which are smaller. We flow through energetically, but we do not stay. We prefer large spaces. We have our own world.
What dimension are you in?
We span 7th through 8th. We can drop down to meet you, and it is safer this way that there is more distance, as you could not hold the vastness of us at this point. The largeness that you already feel from us is merely a fraction of that which we are. The inner earth is watching. The inner earth is waiting. There are new portals coming into alignment every day. There are more creatures getting curious and testing the waters. There is more love being put into the land. The frequency of the land which has been rising. Portals are starting to flicker on. This time has been great healing for the earth. It's been bringing hearts back. The echo has been felt. It has been felt. Our energies are very awake within the earth right now. We are feeling these shifts underground. We are feeling shifts in the earth as she moves grid lines. The more of our energy that is awake in humans, the larger shifts start to happen. You can feel our vastness. You can feel our expansiveness. Imagine what would happen to the energy of the world if more people walked around carrying their high frequency to this magnitude.
Hopefully that's where we're moving to.
Yes, that you are. We will be in touch soon, and we will help you help others be in touch as well.
Look forward to that.
Good.
Welcome back. Yeah, that felt big. I could just feel my dragon behind me, just like holding so much space.
Yeah. Well, they're massive. Well, what a beautiful, like, safe energy. They felt so big, and I felt like, I don't know, like it was just giving me room to breathe. Like,
Yeah.
and feel safe because I could feel this expanded wall that they've been pushing out, like just from their presence of being there. Like I felt like I was just like this little person in the middle of like this giant dragon hologram, more or less. Like,
Oh wow. Yeah, I can see how tuning into them right now is integral to working with the fear, the fear energy, the fear frequencies that are prevalent.
Yeah, I felt that was really cool. Like that big, like, and when they were talking, like I was like just like feeling their energy, that feeling of just no harm is going to come to me.
Totally.
And to be able to make a calm decision.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't make a rational decision from a place of fear.
No.
It can't happen.
I think, or like any of like the really like heightened emotions, because it does block off connection to other thought process. But yeah, I could feel the huge like importance of just the sitting in that safe space to really be able to see clearly, to know when is the best time to make action. Because I do agree that, you know, through this entire process, it does feel like you can't be passive through everything. There are changes which need to happen, but I also feel like, yeah, like that it's important to be aligned to the right actions at the right time.
Hmm. I really did not know that every human was connected to a dragon. That's interesting. In the blood aspect, especially.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that either. um yeah, I was having, yeah, the visions I was having of that, what was I seeing? Yeah, it was interesting how they were like buying with our blood through like the generations. um but that because our DNA is mixed with others and their DNA is mixed to others, that it might not necessarily be like the same dragon that's been there through the whole bloodline, but that there'll be a dragon which will have a mix of DNA which will match your mix of DNA
Yeah.
in a close enough vibrational frequency that you'll just line up with each other.
So was I understanding this correctly that the magic that we used to hold, we aren't big enough to hold that, so it's partly being embodied in our dragon aspect?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the sense that I was getting, was that there was,
So is that a
yeah.
physical dragon?
Well, it's interesting because I feel like I think they I think they are, like, because I mean, like, they would have to be, right, if they were able to. He was talking about them procreating and them having their own bloodlines as well. um
Where were you seeing the world that they're residing in?
you know, I just felt like I could see a portal to their world, just that there was like a gate, and going through it, and it things just looked more expansive. Like there wasn't, it just looked like old grass rolling hills, and you know, like it just looked like earth but not developed, right? Like that
Yeah.
they could roll around and stretch and play, and they weren't interfering with us, because I don't think that they could very smoothly walk through any of our world.
Yeah. In my meeting my dragon, it seems like the train that was seeing. So I wonder if that's where we were.
Yeah, could have been.
And he was massive. When he came in, he was massive.
So how would you describe his size in relation to yours?
Well, I called him in when I was on a plane ride this past winter, and we were experiencing turbulence. And I felt like calling him in to help stabilize the plane. So he was able to hold a giant 747 jet in his clutches. That gives you a sense of how big he is.
Wow.
Didn't have any more turbulence the rest of the flight.
I got you. But yeah, no, I do have more questions for them. Like there's definitely some clarity that I would like to get, because I mean, I could feel them energetically, but I could feel a sense of physicality, but I'm not sure how that works as far as, okay. So what they're telling me, like the message that I'm getting is that they're, in their physical form, they are keeping a component of our magic with them as a guardian to be able to release it to us when we're ready.
Ah. So I see how they're considered guardians.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to working with a lot more dragon energy, and I feel like it's definitely worth to dive a little bit more into to learn more about them and how to bring them in and work with dragon magic and energy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just sat down in meditation and asked to meet my dragon, essentially. It wasn't too complicated of a process for me. And he came right in.
Yeah, hey?
Yeah. But I'd
Awesome.
like to hear their perspective on a meditation or some kind of structure around that and see what they advise.
Yeah, 'cause I could feel like there could be different aspects of working with their energy that they would like to make known and to teach us how to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, um, yeah, beautiful. Well, that was a really big energy, so my brain is kind of spent on that subject. I look forward to diving into more of this at another time. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. I sure did, and I am looking forward to interacting with the dragons a lot more.
Yes. And if you know your dragon, comment below and tell us about your dragon. We'd love to hear about it.
Yes, yes, that we would. Awesome. Well, take care, everyone.
All right. See you guys next time.